SpaceX, a company that has changed everything we knew about rockets and space exploration, is now doing something very different. Elon Musk calls this new thing the Mechazilla. But wait, does it have something to do with Godzilla? Is SpaceX making something that looks like a Godzilla? Well, if that got your attention, stick till the end of the video to find out a lot more. Hey there and welcome back to the Space TechZone. But before we begin, drop a like for the video if you're a huge fan of what SpaceX is doing in the space exploration industry. With all that done, let's get started. It's crazy to think that Elon Musk conceptualized the idea of SpaceX way back in 2002 to conceptualize his idea of Mars Oasis, which happens to be a project to land a miniature experimental greenhouse containing seeds with dehydrated gel on Mars to grow plants on Martian soil in an attempt to regain public interest in space exploration, and also increase the budget of NASA and SpaceX now that it's a company that is completely revolutionizing the space exploration industry with its reusable rockets. Before SpaceX, reusable rockets were completely unheard of in the aerospace industry, and the cost of rocket launches was extremely on the higher side. Most importantly, because of the fact that rocket launches also contribute a lot of space debris because the rockets end up completely useless after their purpose. So SpaceX is a company that is now specializing in reusable rockets and also somewhat fixed the issue of space debris to some extent. Not just that, SpaceX today is focusing on providing satellite-based internet with its project Starlink, which would also help SpaceX fund its Mars mission and other projects in the future, and humans eventually will end up being a multi-planetary species. The goal of Elon Musk with SpaceX is to improve the cost and reliable access to space ultimately by a factor of 10, while also developing rapidly reusable launch systems. Elon Musk also wants to send humans to Mars within 10 to 20 years. At least that's what he said in an interview in 2011. The latest news from SpaceX has to be the fact that Elon Musk will now be using some robot chopsticks for its brand new Starship rocket. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Starship rocket was originally designed to put humans and cargo onto Mars, and right now, the Starship would be modified for NASA's Artemis lunar mission that is supposed to begin by the year 2024. We also need to keep in mind that Starship is a fully reusable rocket that is capable of carrying over 100 tons or 100 people into space at a time. The Starship project is a privately funded one by SpaceX, and the Starship could be the tallest and most powerful rocket ever built once the development is completed. In the traditional SpaceX fashion, the company uses droneships, which happens to be an autonomous seaborne rocket landing platform. To bring in a little more clarity, a drone ship is an ocean-going vessel derived from a deck barge, outfitted with a station-keeping engines and a large landing platform, and is autonomously controlled when on station for a landing. But it looks like that'll all be changing because Elon Musk has got these new robot chopsticks called Mechazilla. So why exactly do we have something like this in the first place? Well, the goal with such a grabbing arm is to catch the ship and its super heavy booster as they return to Earth. This technique is a total upgrade over the drone ships that SpaceX is currently using for Falcon 9 boosters returning to Earth after its missions. With the help of the Mechazilla, SpaceX will be able to achieve some of its most ambitious targets, like launching the same Starship about 3 times per day, and SpaceX will be able to achieve its goal of a city on Mars very soon as 2050. Elon Musk and SpaceX are not entirely sure whether this Mechazilla will be a success, but the excitement about something like this is totally worth it. Mechazilla has to be one of the most ambitious advancements of any spaceflight project right now. The Starship is an engineering marvel, and the Mechazilla will make it look even crazier. Okay, so we know why Mechazilla exists in the first place, but what exactly is with that name? Well, in April 2021, Elon Musk explained on Twitter that if this particular mechanical arm has got some leads, it would really resemble a Godzilla, which is why we have the name Mechazilla. We also think that this name is a reference to the Mechagodzilla character from the Godzilla movie franchise, which appeared in the 1974 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. The Mechazilla will be working in such a way that the boosters will likely use 2 pins for lifting and catching. Musk also mentioned that it's better to modify the quick disconnect arms to take a lot more load. That quick disconnect mechanism will likely sit directly on top of the brand new claw, and stand several meters tall to span the gap between the top of the Super Heavy and the Starship's umbilical panel. Two large actuating arms at the bottom of the arm's tip will be able to grab Super Heavy, stabilizing the massive booster during the Starship installation. Once firmly installed on the top of the booster, the claw's missing quick disconnect mechanism will then move in to connect to Starship. It makes a lot of sense for SpaceX to use the tower to catch the booster and the ship because neither of them needs landing legs or support to support themselves as they return. The Starship will only require legs for missions that land on Mars or other planets. You also need to keep in mind that Falcon 9 boosters use landing legs to support themselves as they land on these drone ships. With the Mechazilla, maybe SpaceX could avoid landing gears altogether, as the Mechazilla will be able to move the rocket into position. According to a tweet on August 4, 2021, Musk also confirmed that the Mechazilla is not ready yet. But again, we could expect it to be done anytime soon moving forward in a typical SpaceX fashion. So, if the Mechazilla tower can catch the rocket and move it back into position onto the launch pad, then this means that SpaceX will be able to reuse rockets much faster than ever before, and the fastest turnaround time for a Falcon 9 booster from the previous flight is about 27 days. And Elon Musk is looking forward to flying the Starship at least 3 times per day. And the Mechazilla makes perfect sense for SpaceX to achieve their goal. The Starship has to be some of the most exciting things that SpaceX has ever built when combined together with the Super Heavy booster. The Starship prototype will measure around 400 feet tall, and the booster alone is 230 feet tall, which is comparable to SpaceX's current Falcon 9 rocket. To put things into perspective, just take a look at this photo of Elon Musk with his son xAXI. In the foreground, you can see that a forklift puts a Raptor engine into position, and the booster will be using 33 engines, which means that we're looking at 500,000 pounds of thrust at launch. SpaceX is also focusing on building the Raptor engines at a much rapid speed, and on July 26, 2021, the firm announced that it had built its 100th Raptor engine. So to sum things up, the Mechazilla happens to be Elon Musk's nickname for the quick disconnect arm that'll function as a servicing station for launch sets that are already placed at the base. There will be 3 arms in total, with the first assembly beginning with its major support. The appearance of Mechazilla also contradicts the simplicity that has always dominated SpaceX. However, neither Starship nor the Super Heavy will have any landing gear, not even the basic legs to stabilize the rocket. But the rocket, however, will have grid-shaped fins. Instead, steel arms the size of a typical house will be linked to the robotic assembly, which has yet to be installed. According to Musk, they'll be able to absorb impact and precisely raise and lower their positions, allowing rockets and spacecraft coming from orbit to be caught by them from the air. According to SpaceX, the use of arms rather than a crane is practical. With the Mechazilla, the company wants to not only capture rockets and returning ships, but also operate them, rotate them, and alter the positions independently of external circumstances such as weather. At SpaceX Starbase, Booster 4 and Starship 20 continue processing operations for their test flight from a launch site that is now receiving its Mechazilla hardware. There is no set time frame for us to see the entire system in action, as Musk has always been secretive in this area. But SpaceX has been working on its project at a rapid pace since June. And given that Starship's orbital flight test plans call for execution as early as 2021, it shouldn't be too long. Right now, it's a very exciting time for SpaceX as the company is getting closer to its goal of reaching Mars. But before that, NASA's lunar mission will be a priority for SpaceX. The company has also grabbed many contracts over the years, and it looks like SpaceX is now the leader in the private aerospace industry. When you look at how fast the company is growing both financially and technologically, it makes a lot of sense that SpaceX is here to stay. Humans will end up being a multi-planetary species very soon, which is a piece of very exciting news for all of us. The Mechazilla will be holding SpaceX's rockets just like a father holding his child, and that is quite a meme material. With that, we have come to the end of our video. What do you think about SpaceX's Mechazilla? Is it actually a practical approach? Do let us know in the comments section below, because we would love to hear from you all. Consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never, ever miss out on any of our future uploads. That's about it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you in our next video.